Before this car gets painted, everything has to be perfect. Because if we get this wrong, it ruins everything. And we're about to find that out the hard way. This BMW was written off after being T-boned, and the damage was worse than it first looked. So we replaced the door, repaired the quarter, and completely transformed the interior. But now it's time for the most important part, getting it ready for paint. Right, we're back on Phil's car. Now, I'll let you into a secret. It's been quite a few weeks since we last done anything with this, because it's Phil's only car and he needs to drive it, obviously, and in between doing work and so on, you know, there's just not time to get onto it. So we're back on it.
I'm a bit crazy. I've been driving it like this and been getting some funny looks.
Yeah, he does get some funny. It looks a bit ridiculous, to be honest. So what we're going to do today, we are going to knock back all the primer that is on the car. We're going to prep as much of the car as we can today, and then hopefully we should be able to get it ready for paint, and then we'll get it painted. So let's crack on. So we got straight into it, starting with the wing. It's just a case of keying the surface, getting it ready for paint. Then going over it again to smooth everything out. Whilst I was on that, Phil was cracking on with the rear quarter, flatting back all the primer to get it nice and smooth. Then onto the boot, and from there it was just a case of working our way around the car. But this is where things started to get a bit more frustrating. Phil wasn't happy with how the primer had gone down. So instead of leaving it, he took it back to metal and started again. Because if it's not right now, it will show in the paint. So we masked everything up and re-primed the areas where we'd broken through. And by the end of the day, it was starting to come together. So it's the end of the day, and this is how far we've got. As you would have seen, we've flatted back that. It's all looking good now, nice and smooth, which is what we want, of course. We broke through the primer there. We do need to prime that again, but we'll do that when we're painting the car. Around the back here, I've prepped the top of the boot. The reason why we haven't done that bit is because, of course, Phil's still driving the car. We'll do that when we actually come to paint it. We've primed these bits where we went through, and Phil has done a fantastic job along here. This is all looking really nice and smooth now. One thing you would have noticed, Phil, do you want to come and explain yourself?
Re-primed the wing again. I wasn't quite happy with down here. I've been a bit of reaction down the bottom. Something was happening. I wasn't happy with the primer, so I just stripped it back as far as I felt I needed to. Just re-primed the whole wing as a nice base. A bit on the bottom of the door, I wasn't quite happy with that, so I just blew a bit of primer across the bottom there.
Lovely. And then all we've now got to do is the bonnet and the rest of the car, really. So we'll see you guys in the morning, where we'll carry on again. Back on it the next day and straight into the rear bumper, getting all the curves and edges keyed properly, finishing off the boot while Phil cracked on with the bonnet, and working back over the areas we'd re-primed. At this point, it was just about getting through everything. So next day, we're back on it. We didn't get much done yesterday. We managed to get the bonnet done. So that is prep for paint, ready to go. We also managed to finish off the wing and the door, so that's done. So this side, 90% done along there. We've just got a few more bits to do. Same with this side. We didn't get time to do the door, but we'll do that today. Phil's not going to drive the car anymore, so now we can strip it down. So it's really hands-on now, and this is what will get it done. That changes everything. And if you're enjoying the journey so far, hit subscribe, because from this point on, it gets serious. So with the car off the road, it was time to strip everything down properly. Bumpers off, lights out, side skirts off, and getting all the separate parts ready for paint. At this point, everything was coming apart and there was no going back. Piece by piece, it was finally starting to come together. Guys, update time. It's the end of day 3, prepping the car, and it is starting to look really nice. We've got pretty much everything off. So down here, we've got skirts, We've got skirts here, we've got the new front bumper that's going on, new front lip that's going on as well, and the little side skirt flips that go there. This is all prepped, ready to go. We've still got to prep the diffuser because we are now going to paint that because we've spotted some damage on it. I've still got to prep this little flip, but the paintwork is looking really nice now. Nearly there. We've got everything we need to get off of it. Still stuff like little bits like handles, all the trims. We've got to take the doors off. White door anyway, because that one's got to go black on the inside. And yeah, as you can see, the car looks like a bit of a mess, but you know, it's a work in progress. It looks worse before it gets better. So tomorrow we're going to continue prepping it. It should be close to paint, so that'll be ideal. We'll see you then. Final day of prep. And now it's just about finishing everything off. All the smaller parts, trims, bumpers, everything had to be ready, including the new front bumper. Right guys, we have got all of these parts to get primed, so we are far from finished at the minute. Bumpers down there, that is primed, so good to go with that, just a scotch over. At the minute, I've just had the lamps on these because obviously where these were already on the car, they've got this sticky tape on them. I've got to get that off, so I'm going to do that now. We've put some filler on the skirts where they had slight little dents on them, so I've been knocking that back. You can see this bit here has been knocked back, so that's nice and smooth now. So I'm just going to knock that back, get that off, prime them. Let's go. To get the old adhesive off, I used thinners and a plastic scraper, just enough to clean it up without damaging the part. And with that done, everything was finally ready for primer. You're not going to believe this. So, obviously I'm mid-priming these panels, and I've done my first coat, and I thought I'd just check round everything. And I'm looking here, and I don't know whether you guys can spot the issue that we've got. This one here is correct. I've masked up the wrong side, that one, haven't I? What an idiot. How have I managed that? So, yeah, obviously I'm just going to take the masking off and just prime the whole thing. It's a Friday and we want to go home. So, you know, mistakes happen. With the masking off, I carried on priming the rest of the panels. And for the first time, it actually felt like we were nearly there. Everything felt like it was finally coming together. Parts prepped, panels primed, even the door was coming back off, ready for paint. But just as we were getting ready for that final push, we spotted something we really didn't want to see. Right guys, we've just noticed an issue as I was just going around cleaning the car. The primer has actually cracked just here. So how are we going to resolve it, Phil?
Bit of 180 on the block it up, reprime it. Cracked it like through the paint underneath.
So you can see it's actually the paint underneath the primer that's cracked through.
Needs a bit more blocking, mate. Paint previously just decided to crack. Take it back as best as I can, feather it all out. A bit more toothpaste. Whack the lamp on it before we get it in the oven.
So Phil took it right back, feathered it out and reprimed it properly, making sure there was nothing left that could ruin the finish. And with that sorted, we were ready. Allow me to introduce you to our new booth. The eagle-eyed of you would have noticed it was already here, but it wasn't working.
Just got it all up and running.
Yeah, a lot of work. New lights,
new filters.
None of the mechanics of the booth was working at all. So we're all up and running. We've all got nice fresh little paint. And of course the first car we're going to be painting in here is the BMW. So we've pretty much got it prepped, ready for paint. After everything this car's been through, the next time you see it, it won't look anything like this. But you'll have to wait till the next video to see it in colour. If you've enjoyed the journey so far, hit subscribe and we'll see you in the next video.